Okay, so it's time for me to start with the back to school. Sorry I took so long. So let's just jump in right into it. So first I'm going to start with this like jewelry you could wear at school. It is like, these I made out of clay. Well, I use Play-Doh, but you can make them out of clay, polymer clay and stuff. And you'll need a chain, jump rings, and I already opened them, and you'll need, of course, pliers. So I have like 5, I think, yeah, 5 hearts. So I'm going to put the jump ring in the little eye pin. Just put that like this, and then add that eye pin to the chain. And if maybe the jump rings might not be that like open, so it could fit the chain. Try to open them as big as you can. Okay, now if you like already added the jump ring in, sorry if it's not focusing, then close the jump ring. With your tweezers, and your pliers or whatever you're using. And this might take a while because I opened mine so it could fit. Okay, so I'll be right back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so I've done 3 and one of them fell out, so I'm gonna tell you something right now. So if that falls out and you have your little charm, and by the way, it doesn't have to be a heart, and it could be like charms or stuff like that. So I am going to add glue so it could like the eye pin could be on the charm. The little heart. So I'm using Mod Podge, the water-based sealer, glue, and finish. Oh God. Sorry about that. Okay, so, and also when you're like, I've done 3, but also if you're making like it out of Play-Doh, you should glaze it when you barely make it, so it won't be salty. You don't want, because the salt releases from Play-Doh, and you could glaze it so it could look even better. Or you could just use charms. It doesn't have to be Play-Doh or anything. You just use little necklace charms and stuff. So yeah. So I have my eye pin, and I have the cap. So I'm just going to dip the eye pen in the cap because it has glue. It got on my finger, so I'm just going to get it off my finger. And where's the heart? The heart, and just put your eye pin on the heart. Because it already has the hole and stuff. And it will keep falling out because you haven't, you have to leave it in one place to dry, so yeah. And there you go. So I'll be right back, and I'll show you everything complete and everything. So just remember that to open the eye pins and open them up so it'll fit your chain or whatever you're using. And yeah. So I'll be right back. Okay, so when you're finished, it'll look something like this. But if this turned out to be a little too big, but you could change the size, doesn't really matter. And don't mind all that and the noise, because I'm in the bathroom right now, because we're going to get to our next craft school. So, yeah, and as I said, you could use charms, you could make different, like, little figures and stuff. And don't mind my little leopard tattoo. So, yeah, let's get to our next one. So, for this other one, I am going to be using duct tape and washi tape. So, if you have like a boring old pencil and it's just plain like that, who wants boring old pencils? You can use washi tape and fix that up. So you're going to cover your pencil with tape. It could be like different prints, leopard print, all those prints and stuff. So, of course you'll need scissors. I forgot to bring those, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished, and of course I brought my scissors. So I just finished my pencil, and I did this star one, and it could be different designs. It doesn't have to be like one tape and the whole pencil. It could be different ones, and you can make it differently. You can even make shapes with the tape, and yeah, so if you don't want like a boring old pencil, just use washi tape, and it's really easy. So now let's get to our next one. So here I use duct tape. I used duct tape and washi tape, and I decorated it. So this works if you don't like your notebook, like it's too boring, or like it was too boring, or you don't like what's on it, like in the back, and there was princesses and stuff, because this one was when I was little. So just cover that up with tape. I used duct tape and washi tape, as I said, and you could even match it with your pencil, and yeah, just write and stuff. And this is another design I did. I did the edges, the border and stuff. So I had a sparkling notebook, and I just put a little duct tape. And this notebook is really old, so if you want to spice up your notebook a bit. And yeah, so let's get to the next craft. And yeah. Okay, so for the next craft, I'm going to be making a cupcake pencil topper. So you'll need a pencil, clay. I'm using purple for the base, pink for the frosting, and red for the cherry. You could even add sprinkles if you want. So you could get rainbow colors or different colors. So first, I'm gonna begin by taking a little ball and rolling it out a tiny bit. Rolling out a little, and then press both sides like that, press it down. And that makes a cylinder. And then you're going to add that to it. You're going to put your pencil in your cylinder. I'm just twirling it in like that. And it is important to put the pencil first to the base, so because if you do not do that, then you're going to just make the cupcake, and then once you add it to the pencil, your cupcake is going to get destroyed. So first you add the base first to the pencil. And make sure it fits perfectly. And I'm just going to leave it to dry. Don't dry the clay though. When I'm finished and everything, I'm going to just leave it on the pencil. Gonna leave it on the pencil when it's finished. So next I'm going to make the icing. But first, you take a tool that is like, doesn't have to be sharp, but like a little Play-Doh knife or something. And you're going to make little lines on the base so that it'll look like a cupcake wrapper or thing. And there you go. Now, get your color icing, that whatever, you could even use vanilla, or you can make it vanilla, but it could be like white icing, so it could be vanilla. And that's what I did on another cupcake, but it is not a pencil topper. And as I said, you could add little sprinkles, and you could even like add brown clay and make them look like little chocolate chips, and they'll be really cute. So yeah, so now I'm just rolling out my clay, making a little thin strip. This keeps happening, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, because my camera keeps falling. So now when you finished with rolling the clay, you are going to add it onto the cupcake. And I am going to show you how in a second. Okay, so now that you've rolled out your clay and everything, it is the size you want it. You're going to add it on the cupcake. So I have my cupcake and my little base. I'm going to add the icing. And by the way, you do not need to get like the little bread, because it won't show once you put the icing on, so you don't need the little bread part. So now I'm just going to add it on. And my clay is sticky, so it did not need glue. So I just made a little fine circle there. And I'm just going to keep going around. And once you like it, you could stop there and you're finished. So once I got it, you're going to add a little cherry. So take a red clay and then just make a little ball, tiny one. Depends on the cupcake shape. Then add it on the cupcake. And I just poked a little hole in the cherry, so like a cherry. So I am finished with my little cupcake topper, and it might be too big. I don't know what size you guys want it, so it depends on that. So yeah, and just leave it drying for like a day. Well, it depends what kind of clay you have. If you have Play-Doh, leave it for a day. And if you like do have Play-Doh, leave it for a day and glaze it. But this does not get salty or anything, my clay. And you have polymer clay, then bake it and read your packaging instructions. And I'm not that at polymer clay. Like, I'm not really good at polymer clay, so yeah. You guys will know if you guys use polymer clay. So, yeah, let's go to the next craft. Lastly, I'm going to make a bookmark out of rain balloon. Like, just a little single chain, but we're going to add beads to spice it up a bit. I'm going to be using these little stars. And this bookmark works best on like notebooks that have little spirals. Or a book, but this is for like notebooks if you like need to cut out, like you might lose your page on something, then you won't need a bookmark. So you could use this little bookmark and just, you're gonna tie it on the little spirals. So I am using a rainbow middle tipped hook, and these change in the sun, they change colors, but right now they're not really changing because they're not really in the sun. So yeah. So you're gonna start with one. You're only gonna need one. One row. One row. So it's not really focusing right now. Okay, so you're gonna need one row and then once you do the first two, and the third one, you're gonna add your bead, whatever type of bead, and you're gonna like twist it a bit, and then add it in the center of a bead. It has a hole, and the hole might not be that big. The hole might not be that big, or because it's small, and when it doesn't fit, like this one does not fit, so you're gonna need a bigger hole like this. So it is like really hard to do it on camera right now, but I got it in, and I'm using a different bead. Okay, so once it's in the middle, add it to your pens. And then add another rubber band. And then there will be more school videos coming soon, so stay tuned. Bye!